back at 6.
Hey, you guys, it's Kelly again. I'm gonna try and see if I can flip my camera around and show the video, the video I took off TikTok. There is a text message from Aaron to someone, stating that he feels that people are gonna take him out, which means kill him. Okay. He says in that last text message that the realtor, Melanie, the baby mama, and Melanie's mom are going to be behind him passing. Now, what I find strange is that somebody offered to go help Aaron when he was in distress. The person that answered the door, meaning the housekeeper or whoever it was, uh, answered the door and said, Aaron's already dead. There's nothing you can do, and slammed the door shut, locked it. So that same person who slammed the door and the person is offering to save Aaron, help get Aaron the help he needed. Um, Somebody made the 911 call. Police were called. They came over. The coroner was over at the house. Aaron's body was already slowly decomposing. When your body's in water and you are dead, being in the water can decompose your body a lot faster versus it not being in water. And they took Aaron's body out. Melanie was there, had to identify his body, which she did. But what I find strange is that they took all the evidence. They took the uh, compressed air cans, they took the prescription medications that he was on, took all that, sealed off the front of the house. Less than 2 days later, Melanie is at the house removing all of Aaron's things. Now, mind you, 3 days before Aaron passed, he referred to Melanie as his ex, meaning that they were not together anymore. She was on live telling him that he was going to die. Um, she sent him an owl. She then took it back, and he told her to leave him alone. He said, "Leave me alone, Melanie. Can't you take the hint? I don't want this relationship anymore. I'm done." And then he proceeded to expose her for not being single. She was already married to someone prior to getting involved with him. If you go back and you look at the video where she had to identify his body, she says, "Now I won't get any more money." She just basically used him to have a baby and get his money. Question is now, are Melanie, her mother, Chuck the Star gonna be investigated by the cops? Because this was a setup. How does this man go on live 3, 4, 5 days prior to his passing, and end up dead in a bathtub in water with, you know, nothing in his hands? Um, it's just really just suspicious at this point. Nothing makes sense. Um, Melanie fake cried her tears. Her makeup was not messed up or anything. None of it makes sense. I mean, she's telling the whole world this man is my fiance, but if you go back and you look at the live he did 3 days prior, he said, "We're not together anymore. You know, I pay for everything. I take care of the house. I paid her car insurance. I paid off all of her vehicles." And he's like, "Did she not tell you guys that she pawned the $18,000 ring, engagement ring that I got her, and got one for 3,000 and pocketed all the money and didn't tell me? Did this squat?" I mean, like I said, none of this makes sense. How does he go from being on lives, being perfectly coherent, and talking about the problems he has with the stalkers and trolls, and sharing his music, playing the piano? How does he go from doing that to ending up dead in the bathtub on the 5th of November? Something of this caliber does not make sense. Why would there be cars, U-Hauls in the driveway when that house was supposed to be closed off? Something does not add up. If somebody would like to chip in, make a video, share a video, something, help me understand how any of this is supposed to make sense, because it does not. And from what I have seen on TikTok in regards to Aaron's mother, they've had a very turbulent relationship. Aaron's was had to file for bankruptcy at age 18 because his parents didn't pay taxes. By the time he got done filing for bankruptcy, um, he didn't have any money, so he had to figure out ways how to earn more money because his parents squandered the majority of his earnings from the time he was 9 up till he was 18, and he didn't have anything to his name. So he had to go back and start all over again and rebuild himself financially. How does this young man die at 34 years old? Something's not adding up. Um, Chuck the Star is being, oh, use my homeboy. He was my best friend. He's there for me. How come music when it wasn't finished? The estate had to tell fans, the estate and management had to tell fans, do not stream the music, do not buy it. It is not finished. Don't do that. So none of us did that. But there, like I said, there's a lot of questions. There's a lot of things that don't add up right now. I'm gonna try and see if I can flip the camera real quick. Hold on. Okay, obviously. Um, Hold on. I'm trying to see if I can do this. Okay. Um, Give me a minute. I don't know if I can do it. I'll have to find out a way to do this because I can't flip the camera. Um, Hold on just a minute. Yeah, it's not gonna work. But anyway, I'll try to figure out how to load the video that I had. I have saved because I had to take it. I had to take it from TikTok in case TikTok decides to shoot it down. But anyway, in that text message that he sent to someone, he said that Melanie's mother, the realtor, and Chuck the Star were going to be the ones responsible for him dying. He said that Melanie wanted to take full custody of Prince as a means to hurt him, because they were not together anymore. But like I said earlier, she just used him to have a baby and gain a hold of his finances because she wasn't working. Um, there's gonna be, if I were Aaron's family, I would hire an investigator to look into Melanie's mother, the realtor, and Chuck the Star. In the one of the other lives that he did months ago, he said, "I'm trying to sell my house. I want to move to Texas. I want to get out of LA, and I want to be with my son. I don't want to have this relationship with Melanie. Melanie is treating me like shit, accusing me of breaking her ribs when I didn't do that. And this basically is going to turn into a Johnny Depp Amber Heard 2.0 trial thing." He said that there were people out there that wanted him dead. He said that Sony owes him $3.5 million. Um, and he said a lot of things, and there's a lot of things that aren't adding up. This whole thing is just sad. And yes, Aaron admitted, yes, I am addicted to huffing. Yes, I love drugs. He admitted to that. But if you go back and you look at the live he did 3 days prior, he looked healthy. He was vibrant. He was coherent. He was exposing his ex, um, talking about dealing with trolls, trying to live his best life. This was not what he wanted to do. He didn't want to go out this way. He wanted to be there for his son. He was working on a TV show, um, trying to get himself back there so that he could figure out ways to move forward with his life. And now we don't have him no more. And I just hope that with whatever the family has planned, that there's not going to be any bickering, because besides the text messages between him and another person, um, he somebody exposed his relationship with his mother, his other siblings, and how somebody exposed how toxic that shit was. Like, um, his mother uh, had blamed Nick for Leslie's addiction and raised all kinds of hell. Aaron was the one to help his mom get into rehab because she was an alcoholic. He paid for her stint in rehab. He went to rehab 4 times. Um, I mean, he went and did everything for, his mother. He loved her. Um, but I'm just wondering what's going to be happening once the funeral does happen. Because right now, I haven't heard anything. I haven't read anything on the funeral arrangements or what's going to be happening. But I just hope that the family can coexist, uh, and lay Aaron to rest. What I want more than anything else is for Aaron and his family to have justice, because a lot of this is not making sense. None. None of it. He was on live 3, 4, 5 days prior, and he was coherent. He was talking to fans. He was letting them know what's going on. Also, in that live 3 days prior, he said, "I've got people working on dealing with stalkers and trolls. Don't worry about it. Mind your business." You know, and he was just tired. He didn't want to deal with it no more. I feel like he was failed from the beginning, because this young man wanted to follow in his big brother's footsteps just so that he could be close to his big brother. And in turn, he got hurt. And when I say hurt, I think he was victimized by someone in the industry as a child. Nobody in their right mind, parents or not, goes in and decides, hey, I'm going to go be an addict to alcohol or drugs or huffing or whatever their addiction of choice choose to have as their vice. He didn't just decide one day, hey, I'm going to go spend shit tons of money on this or that to not deal with my trauma. Something happened to him within the industry. And I think those that should be held responsible, mainly his mother. I hear his dad wasn't as toxic. I mean, he was real close with his father, but his mother had a habit of putting things on other people within the family to turn, to dis, to step shy away from what was going on with Aaron. I think she should have done a better job looking over him while he was in the industry as a youngster. I don't understand why anybody in their right mind, I don't care if you decide to put your child in the music aspect of it, theater or movies, you need to make sure that if your child shows interest taking, being in the industry, whether it be music, movies, or Broadway, you need to make sure, sorry, that you have your attention on them at all times when they're doing that, because there's other people that will pay parents money to turn their backs while their child is being victimized in the industry. And I think that's what happened with Aaron. I think both mom and dad uh, took advantage of the fact that Aaron was a child pop star and didn't realize, hey, we need to put money away for Aaron when he's 18. They squandered all of his finances. The judge, when I watched one of the videos he did with Vlad, where he said that, the judge could uh, put his parents away in jail for, squandering all his earnings, or Aaron bankruptcy and my parents go to jail. Fuck that. I'm gonna do chapter 7, and then we'll go from there. I'll have to start all over again, which is what he had to do. Like I said, none of this makes sense. This man ends up dead in a bathtub at 34 years old. They close off they put tape around the crime scene. Within 2 days, less than 2 days, Melanie's in there clearing out the house. What the fuck does she know that we don't? This don't make no fucking sense. Why would you be in there less than 2 days after your baby daddy dies? What do they know that we don't? Somebody please tell me if I've missed anything. None of this is going to make sense. I hope the family can be some cordial uh, in when they have to set up the funeral arrangements, because this is going to get. Family needs to go in and hire a private investigator, investigate Melanie's mom, the realtor, and Chuck the Star. Chuck the Star was the one that released Aaron's unfinished music to the media. And Aaron's management team said, do not stream it. Somebody's wanting to use Aaron for clout, and that's exactly what they're doing. Not just releasing music, but releasing an unfinished book that Aaron was working on that wasn't finished. How is any of this making any sense? Somebody please explain to me how this makes sense, because to me it doesn't. Um, I'll have to do a separate video and show uh the video that I do edit, because I can't do screenshots on StreamYard yet. So, all right. Thanks, you guys. Bye.